Welcome back, everybody. We are here with Sharon Maynard once again from the American Dairy Association, and we are gearing up for the holidays. So you, of course, made this awesome spread for us once again.
She did it once again.
Yeah.
I can't believe it. It's amazing. This is beautiful.
Right. This is something that you could lay out for your holiday plans that you have coming up. Talk about what you have here.
Well, this is perfect because cheese, you can really put cheese out with any kind of serving. It's either a standalone or you can have it mixed with other things or as a starter, so you can't go wrong with cheese.
No.
So today we're going to talk about what to pair the cheeses with.
Perfect.
And we're going to talk a little bit about what each of these cheeses are.
Let's start with the brie, because I was just saying this is one of my favorites to do, and this is a really simple, delicious recipe I think that people are going to love.
Yeah, and the brie is very good by itself. You can actually bake this. You know, it makes a nice melted cheese once you heat it up a little bit, and it goes very well with sweet items. So I brought the little honey bear on there, so if you want to cut a little piece, I have some plates and you can.
Yeah.
Well, I'll take care of the cutting. You keep going and telling us more.
I was telling you, Sharon, that for my Thanksgiving dinner, I did this as a little appetizer, and it's so simple. You can put the honey on there, put some cranberries on top, and pop it in the microwave for a minute.
Oh, yeah. And, you know, I have some dates sitting on there. It's nice with sweet things. It goes well with the honey. It goes well with jams. You can really do anything that you like with this brie. And I have some cranberry juice on the table, so you can, do you want a little bit of honey?
And taste it with that.
Okay.
And the good thing about brie is, yes, it has this rind around it, but you can either choose to eat it or you can or you can't eat it. It's up to you.
Some people think that you shouldn't eat it, but it actually gives a lot of the flavor that you're going to taste. And I brought some water crackers, and the reason we use water crackers instead of some of the flavored crackers is you really don't get a taste of the cheese if you're serving it with crackers that are flavored.
You're right.
So you want to have, yeah, so you can.
Love it.
And you know, one of the other things to remember about when you're serving cheese is that you want to set it out a little early.
Okay.
When you're putting cheese out, it's actually, as it starts to come up to room temperature, you're getting the flavors. And so, you know, if you have it cold or if you chunk or slice ahead, that's really going to start gathering the flavors from your refrigerator.
That's a great tip.
So you really want to serve it as whole as possible and let people slice it.
Okay.
Because, you know, some people do worry about cheese being left out too long, but it is good to
You can leave
let
this
it
out
out
for a little bit, and then when you're done, I mean, really start to make it into a nice quiche or something the next day. So you don't want to just like have it in your refrigerator forever.
Good point.
Let's move on to this one, because this looks like the complete opposite. We've got the more, you know, not so sweet items with
you have the
this.
soft, and now you're going over to a Parmesan.
Okay.
And this is one of your hard cheeses, and so you just want to crumble that. That doesn't really slice as much as it. You just break it apart in
like
there.
this?
Yeah, sure. And you
There we
can
go.
just taste it with that. And then that one I have paired with some olives over here.
Yum.
So
my favorite.
So you
Hattie,
can,
I'll make you a little cracker here. Would you like an olive or a tomato?
I will take an olive. I will say, you are so right about the water crackers. I've never done that, but I have noticed every time you go to have cheese and crackers,
Don't
the cracker
close
will
up on this.
overwhelm it.
There you go.
Fine.
and for that same reason, now you can also pair a nice deep red wine with a Parmesan cheese that can handle it. But the rest of the cheeses on here, you'll notice that you want more of a fruity wine, a lighter wine. So, you know, or your cranberry juice or your mineral water goes very well.
Oh, I really like
I
this.
like how you bite into it and it goes everywhere. And an easy way, I'll just inject my opinion with the olives. If you don't like having an olive roll off the cracker like you were doing, food processor, just mince it up a little bit. Still tastes the same. You can dip it.
That's right. Make a little spread for it.
Yeah.
That would be perfect.
Wonderful idea.
Yeah. So
What do we have here?
Okay, so now we're moving over to the Swiss. This is a hard cheese as well. And so if you have people that are worried about lactose, they're lactose intolerant,
Just take a little piece of
you
it.
don't have to worry about that with some of these harder cheeses. Because in the cheese making process, you really don't have that problem.
Oh, okay.
So then you can eat that. It goes really well with pears, with apples,
Just
grapes.
a slice of the fruit.
Yeah, just the Swiss goes well with anything too. And this actually is an Ohio Swiss cheese. It's called Gugelsberg, and you can find it in the
This
stores.
kind is?
Oh, okay.
And the grocery stores or the Amish markets. And it always wins awards for being the best Swiss cheese in the country or in the
Dang.
world, and it's just right next door in Ohio.
We'll take award-winning cheese. Now, do you put the apricots or any of the nuts on these too?
Yeah. Yeah, the
Might
Pistachios.
as well.
really good. Pistachios, warm nuts. You can have candied nuts with your brie.
You're foregoing the cracker altogether this time around, Hattie.
Just getting the full taste of the.
Yeah, I'm just going for it because the cheese is very light.
Yeah, and do you want to take a little drink in between and
Yeah, and the cranberry juice, I had it
Cleanse your
right after
palate.
the brie, and it does work
Okay,
really well.
sure.
I'm gonna
Oh,
try
sorry.
some of this. Okay, what's next?
Okay, so now we're going to go over to your Gouda, and this is a semi-soft cheese. It's the one with the rind, and you won't
Okay.
eat the rind with that, but it
Right,
also
you take
goes.
this off like that.
Yeah, and that also goes very well with your nuts, apples, and cheeses.
We've got a wobbly little table
Nuts.
here.
Here you go. You want a cracker?
Sure.
And then if you have
Thank
any
you.
Anyone a cracker?
pears and then lastly behind it, you'll see the hard cheddar cheese, and this is also, like the Swiss, one of your harder cheeses. This one is a Cabot cheese. It's a sharp cheddar. Also goes well with your fruit.
Okay.
And juices and nuts and and the other thing, if you're getting about 1.5 ounces of cheese, which is like 4 little dice stacked up,
Yeah.
you're getting a serving of dairy. And so when you're thinking about, well, did I get 3 servings of milk?
Thank you.
A little bit of
You're welcome.
cheese goes a long way.
Yeah. And with this, what would you say I should top this with?
With this,
full of
I would
questions.
have apples with that or pears.
Okay.
And then I know we haven't cut those, but so
That's okay.
you might want to put a grape with it.
I'll put a grape with it.
You could put a grape with it.
Let's try it. All the different things you can do. To me, this seems like a leaner snack anyway, though.
It is, and it's going to fill you up. You've got that protein, you've got the satiety, and so if you're going out and you're afraid you're going to overeat a lot of the other items, just stick with some cheeses because you're going to feel full.
Right. This is actually my favorite with the grape. This is delicious.
And it pairs
And it's
well
beautiful.
with vegetables. A lot of light items.
Well, there you go. Lots of good ideas for your holiday get-togethers. And it'll be beautiful,
Right.
just like at your home, too.
Yeah,
Yes.
you always present it so well.
So you can have a dairy happy holiday.
A dairy happy holiday.
love it.
We wish you all a
Sharon.
very dairy happy holiday.
Thank you, Sharon. You can get this online. We'll post it for you with all the ideas, and we'll break things when we come back.
Cheers.